In the beginning, Hindus believe Ganga flowed in the heavens.
Okay, look at this. It's black instead of blue. National Geographic was like, we're gonna do this right. This whole blue stuff is colorism stuff, okay? God, by the way, a lot of people are criticizing us, like, Armin, why are you making Kelly blue? Why are you making Rama blue? It was originally black. So it needs to be go black, and this is colorism that you're making. Guys, that's how it's recognized now. We have to make, we're making the gods and goddesses the way that most people are familiar with. We're not going to change it because we're like, oh, let's go back to the original. Okay, so actually is saying this is actually not the Hindu creation story. This is actually the origin of Ganga River. Well, let's see. Okay, because this one is saying interpretation of creation. This is creation right here. We'll be the judge of that. Okay. Yeah, I know that's Brahma, and that's what I know. This Brahma, I see it has 4 faces, so that's why I thought this is the creation story. The god of creation. Yeah, he is depicted in blue or black. Okay, so here's the thing. So you're saying this is not the creation story, and I'm seeing Brahma. I know enough about Hinduism to know if Brahma is involved, we're talking about the creation story. Why are you guys messing with me?
But she was held captive by...
Wait, she? He? Alright, we're completely missing it.
Hindus believe Ganga flowed in the heavens.
See, that's why creation story and the creation of the Ganga River are the same thing. You're saying that, oh, this is not the creation story, this is the creation of Ganga River. That's the same thing because they thought the Ganga river was flowing in the heavens. Okay? Aryan is saying Brahma is like Yahweh, but he is not respected or worshipped. Yeah. So he has he's holding something. Yeah, I know every single one of these things means something. I forgot what they mean. But everything he's holding is very, very important. Allegedly. Yeah, he has 4 faces. Yeah, he has 4 faces. Each one of the faces is looking in a different direction, and that means something as well.
But she was held captive by the Creator
Wait, who was held captive? What are you talking about?
in the heavens. But she was held
Oh, she was held captive. The river was a she?
captive by the Creator God, Brahma.
Oh my god.
Then
Why is this not a goddamn movie yet? This is whole cultural appropriation bullcrap has made it so that this is not a movie. Look at how beautiful it could be if you let Hollywood do its thing. Let Hollywood do its thing.
Brahma decided to send the river Ganga down to earth.
There we go.
But there is one problem, that Ganga has got such mighty force, and if she comes on the earth will drown.
So the god Shiva blocked Ganga's fall, gathering her waters in the locks of his hair.
So Shiva just opened one lock of his hair, and the Ganga flowed.
Okay, so he was like, damn, this Brahma guy is a moron. He's just gonna flood the entire planet with this giant ass river, so I better defend the planet with my hair. And he defended the planet with his hair, and instead of hitting the planet directly, it went through his hair, right? Wait, hold on. Which god are we talking about? This is Shiva, right?
Gathering her waters in fall, gathering her waters in the locks of
Wait,
his
that's Shiva, right?
blocked Ganga's fall. So the god Shiva
Yes.
blocked
Wait, why is Shiva blue now? If Brahma was made black instead of blue, why Shiva is blue?
Ganga's fall, gathering her waters in the locks of his hair.
So Shiva just opened.
Katie's saying the creation story in Hinduism has evolved with time. That sounds like every other creation story. The older scriptures are slightly different from the younger ones. Also, Ganga River has been defined into a goddess. Okay.
Opened one lock of his hair, and the Ganga flowed.
Vedic science.
She is the mother because she gives birth to everything.
This holy river came from the river in heaven that we call the Milky Way.
They say that Milky Way actually is a reflection that you see in those waters which are still beyond.
Okay, does anybody literally believe this? Does anybody in India literally believe that the Milky Way is just like a part of this river in India? Like, do people are just like, yeah, it like do we have practicing Hindus that think like, yeah, that's not a metaphor for anything. That's not just a beautiful story. That this is literally true. Like there are other people that believe this. Um, Oh, okay, so Katie is saying Brahma is not depicted. Oh, yes, you're right. Brahma is usually pink or yellow or something. Brahma is not depicted as blue by regular Hindus. Shiva is depicted as blue. Oh, interesting. Not at all. I don't know what you guys. When you're saying not at all, okay, no, no, no. Somebody's saying probably yes. Random is saying my parents does. Okay, so this guy's parents actually believe that this is actually true. Nope, I heard it for the first time. Definitely no one believes it. I am a believing Hindu. Okay, so we have a believing Hindu that actually doesn't think that this is literally what the Milky Way is. Or you're saying you shouldn't take anything literally in the Purans. Okay, well you shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't take it at all, literally or not literally. Just maybe for entertainment. Katie's saying yes, there are people. Okay, so Katie's saying yes, there are people who believe it. Usually people of the older generation, but only a very few. Speaking from my own experience. Okay. Okay, I actually saying no. I have seen people thinking of it as a metaphor. Okay.
Just
A
still
metaphor for what? Here's an interesting thing. Every time you see these stories, these creation stories and stuff, people are like, oh, this is a metaphor for, or like a symbolism of this and that. And what it's usually a metaphor of is whatever they want it to be. Okay, it's only limited by your imagination. You could make these stories. You could make the most random stories, whether they're beautiful or not, as profound, as philosophical as your imagination allows it to. And if you don't have a good imagination to make these metaphors mean something profound, even if they weren't intended to be something profound, then what you do in that situation is you go find somebody with a better imagination than you, that is a guru or something, and then you tell them like, my imagination sucks. I'm looking at this story, so I can't see anything profound in it. You tell me why it's profound, and I'll just accept it.
beyond.
Okay, somebody's saying the positive channelization of energy, as I've heard. Guys, can we just try this right now? I want to do this drunk with you guys. I told you guys I'm gonna do live streams with you guys drunk, like really, really drunk. Once we hit 30,000 subscribers, okay? 30,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a very, very, very drunk live stream with you guys, and we're going to try not to get banned from YouTube while I'm talking. You guys are going to challenge me while I'm drunk, trying to get me to say something that gets me banned from YouTube. And I'm going to try to not say anything that will get us removed from YouTube while being extremely drunk. That's what we're going to do at 30,000 subscribers, okay? But let me just see how good I am at bull crapping. If we wanted to talk about this river coming from the heavens, I know what this is about. Guys, I know what this is about. This is about aliens. Okay, this is about aliens basically bringing their DNA code to Earth. Okay? And apparently the place where aliens dumped their DNA code for the human race to start or whatever, for life to start, I don't know, human race or life, was in this river. You know how have you guys watched Prometheus? You know how they came and just like threw the DNA material or whatever for life to start on Earth? Basically, that's what happened here, okay? Brahma represents the mothership or whatever, and they just dumped it in this river, and that's how life started on Earth, okay? So that's what this story represents. And let me see if I could think of some other bull crap. I just made that up right now, okay? Croton is saying drunk streaming. Yes, Susanna will never allow that. She doesn't have to know. Just psh, psh. Don't tell her. This is our secret, okay? Guys, Susanna is not my boss. I mean, she literally is. But she doesn't have to know. Qasim is saying, do it on 100k. May drinking be free then. Okay, guys, let me see what else I could come up with as this whole story. If I wanted to do something more believable about this whole Earth thingy. I know! Okay, so that was the alien thing, was like, obviously nonsense, but what if we wanted to say that this whole story, creation story, was reflecting something that actually happened, okay? So, planet Earth was mostly what? Lava at some point. Like there was like volcanoes and hot and everything, and right? No. Yes. And then for the first this is talking about the first time that it rained, okay? And cooled down the planet. No. It was yes. And yeah, this is the story about, how the river fell, right? At first it was like the whole earth was like flooded, and then it was, before that it was lava. I forgot the order, okay? But if you can make it, if you remember the order, what this story represents is the waters falling from the heavens. That's talking about the first time that it started raining, okay? Like, the whole world being underwater, but then it went, it was all salty, so there could be no life. But then a lot of it evaporated and came back as non-salty water, as rain back on Earth. And this is basically the collapse of all that body of water, back gently on Earth in a way that it could be consumed by life. And that's how this story is a metaphor. And how amazing it is that these stories were written at a time that people didn't know that this is the history of our planet, right? So this by itself is a miracle, right? For if you think about it, this whole water crashing down, like instead of crashing down gently, this shows like the water that could not be consumed by life going into the sky and then gently coming back down in a way that is not salty anymore and it could be consumed by life. This is what this story represents. I just made that up, by the way. I have no idea. I just made that up, okay? And this shows that Hinduism, these stories of Hinduism, was representing something that scientists only recently found out, okay? So this must be some sort of a miracle, okay? Again, see? You just need to have a good imagination, and everything becomes profound.
Scientists have dated the universe to about 14 billion years, best we can figure. Hindus have it at what?
Hindus do not believe in one creation.
This is when you tell him that that's, guys, I've learned a lot from butthurt Hinduism people. This is what you tell him. The fact that you want to date the universe shows, say it with me, this shows that you have an Abrahamic mindset, okay? This is why you have to, like, your mind has been put into a box based on your Abrahamic background, but you have to think beyond that box, okay? Your tiny little mind has to grow out of that box that Abrahamic religions has put it in to be able to understand the complicated nuance behind Hinduism, okay? This is what she should be telling him right now. Yes. Oh my God, it's Morgan Freeman. Hi, Fatima. Yeah, it is. Yes, exactly, Betul. Such an Islamic way of thinking about metaphysical story. Yes, this is what you tell. See, I've learned my lessons from the people who keep getting butthurt over the things I say. They call me an Abrahamic atheist. Amazing. They made that up recently. That's a new. They're so proud of it. They're so proud of it. Like, oh, Abrahamic atheist. Whoever came up with that, they're like, oh my God, look, we're so genius. Look at this new term that we invented. Katie's saying, actually, if we go by Hindu cosmology, the age of the current universe is 155.5 trillion years old. Trillion, really. And we are only halfway through. Okay, that's sure.
They say that these are cycles of creation.
Okay.
And the primordial creation could be something like 8.6 billion years ago.
8.6 billion, she said. So you guys have to come up, you guys have to have a council of Hindus and come up with your number, okay? The Christians did that.
Actually, this whole creation myth is very difficult to comprehend.
Yes, your Abrahamic mind will not be able to comprehend this.
Because we say that gods, like Brahma has created the universe. But then they ask a question, who created Brahma?
Right.
And then
Always a question. The creation happened and then the gods happened.
they say that the sages, when they were in their trance, they got that revelation that how the creation happened. But since it is in that level of consciousness, you and me, we commoners will not understand it. So we believe that it's beyond us.
That's such an easy way out, always. Can you explain this? I don't need to explain crap. I don't need to explain anything. This is beyond us. Oh, great. So why do you believe it then?